Our goal is to throw out a word of caution, a quick one at that. In other words, we want to be wary of anecdotal evidence. What is anecdotal evidence? Let us see a couple of responses to three research questions. Let's say the man on the news got mercury poisoning from eating swordfish. And so someone concludes that so the average mercury concentration in swordfish must be dangerously high. Hmm. What must be wrong with that statement? Here's another one. I met two students who took more than 7 years to graduate from Duke University. So it must take longer to graduate at Duke than at many other colleges. What do you think? Do you think that is a guided statement? What about this? My friend's dad had a heart attack and died after they gave him a new heart disease drug. So the drug must not work. Is that true? You see, in all of these three, there is a common thread. Each conclusion is based on data. However, there are two inherent problems. One is that the data points used to draw these conclusions represent one or two isolated what cases. Then, secondly, and more importantly too, it is unclear whether these cases are actually representative of the population that we seek to study. You see, going by these few isolated cases has to do with data being collected in a haphazard word fashion, and this is called anecdotal evidence. You see, we want to be careful of data collected in a haphazard fashion because the evidence that is extracted from that data may be false and may be true and verifiable, but they may only represent extraordinary cases but not speak for the whole population itself. So anecdotal evidence is typically composed of unusual cases, sometimes extreme cases that do not represent more impressively the general population characteristics. So our key takeaway here is that instead of looking at the most unusual cases, few of them sometimes, we should examine a sample of cases that truly represent the population. That will require us to choose a random or statistical sampling process that will help us to choose a sample from that population in such a way that the data set that we get would not introduce bias into the statistical results.